All right, what's going on, Mr. Steve Pruitt? We are here. I just wanted to get a chance to come on and do a promotion for our master class that we're going to do for this month of April. We got a good friend of mine who we have been knowing each other for a number of years. When he was a student at UNT and he was playing around town, we got a chance to hook up, and I played with his group. He played with my group, and we just kept in touch. So he's a phenomenal educator, performer, family man, businessman, and all of the above. Give it up for Mr. Steve Pruitt. What's going on?
What's up, Quamon? Nice to see you, man.
Yes, sir. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to get a chance to introduce you um, to my audience. If people don't know who you are, and give people an opportunity to know a little bit um, about what you do and everything like that. So just tell us about where what you do in your own words.
Yeah, sure. Well, I am a musician at heart, but I also adopt the entrepreneurial spirit, and so just like many of musicians out there, it's like I worked as a performer. I toured a lot, and I mean it's still. I mean I still do. I still tour quite a bit. Um, but yeah, I mean the music industry ain't what it used to be, and it's never been easy, and it's not getting any easier. So I was at kind of a crossroads where I needed to feel. I felt like, well, but if I thought with a first principles mindset of, well, how do I make a career out of the music industry now? How would I go about doing that? I don't care about people's rules. I don't care about what's happened before me. I just want to take everything that we know and take information from people outside of the music industry that also are entrepreneurs, and how can I apply that to what I'm doing? And so, I mean, it's been incredible. I mean, I have had a long-standing performing career, and I toured with Snarky Puppy for a number of years. Currently I tour on and off with Jeff Lorber and Jimmy Haslip. I'm doing a tour with Eddie Gomez coming up, and it's really awesome. I'm really blessed to do it. That's really where the heart of my passion lies, and I think that's actually that also serves us well in this realm. I'll get into that more later, but that's for me. My passion is music, expression, being myself, and then I thought, well, if this is the thing that I'm the most passionate about, then all I have to do is, you know, take that risk that we associate that we do improvising. Improvising is a risk. Waking up is a risk. All of that. Why don't we apply some of those same creative tidbits in our mindset and apply them to our business, and then so we can actually at the end of the day be able to do what we want to do. So now I feel like, I mean, I have all sorts of stuff going on, but I feel like I have a really healthy balance of everything, like between business and playing and work and education. I'm a very passionate educator as well, because I feel like that people often get the wrong idea about what music is and what the industry is, and so I really want to debunk a lot of that stuff. And so anyway, short story long. That's where I'm at.
Okay. Well, this is going to be really good information for people who want to take part in this music business um, workshop. We usually do a workshop every month for those people who are part of Texas Tenor Music Academy. And I just uh, went into working to launch the mentorship program, which was inspired from our conversations. And so, yeah, for those people who want to take part in that, the link is in QuamonFowler.com in the events area. You can click there to get a chance to sign up to be a part to join with us on Zoom. And so, yeah, so we had great conversations, and we're not going to get in depth to all the things that we talked about, but that'll be something that for those that want to go deeper, you can make sure you get connected and join that uh, uh, the master class that we're going to do. But one of the thing I will ask you, um, just so they'll people we can understand, like, what was your background? Like, how did you come up, which inspired you to play drums, and how did you get so entrepreneurial minded at the same time?
Sure. Well, I started playing. Well, I don't know. I was always emotionally drawn to it. I didn't have a musical family or anything, um, and um, like growing up early on, um, I think I had a lot of emotion that I needed to release, and didn't really find a way to do it. I think like we all do, and um, but I would listen to, I would see music on television, and I mean, and then I would like hear music, and I was a big fan of all sorts of different kinds of music, and then I was like, man, I want to try hitting the drums. It looks pretty dang cool, and so I did, and I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. And then actually, funny tiny story. When I was like 4 or 5 years old, for Christmas, my parents got they got my sisters an electronic Kawasaki toy drum set, both of them, and they gave me a Kawasaki electric guitar, which had 4 strings and buttons for chords, right? And
Right.
and I go, what is this crap? I was like, what? They get drum sets and I get this guitar? What is up with this? And so I ended up bargaining with my sister to trade, and then I got it, and then played it for a little bit. It broke because I just beat the tar out of it, and then just whatever I could do, and then it just felt good, And I think that's like I think that that circumvents like any other, like, however fast you pick up an instrument, the fact that if you love it and it feels good and you just have that passion, I think that matters more than anything else. So, especially if you're trying to do this, as a career. So, that's kind of starting out, and then I just got really obsessed with it and into it. And but then, as far as the entrepreneurial spirit is concerned, the thing is, it's like every single musician is an entrepreneur. Like, maybe you don't really realize it. Maybe you don't want to admit it. Maybe you just don't even know. But you're an entrepreneur. You are a gig worker. You're going out there. You're trying to get work. You're trying to put your name out there. And in turn, people hire you to do certain things. How is that not an entrepreneur? So for me, I think the journey is more so embracing that side of it and learning more about successful entrepreneurs in their field, and saying, oh, okay, well, how can I maximize this? Because, I mean, just the output, I guess what I noticed for me is the output that I was giving versus the monetary rewards from that was not matching up, and it never will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know and then sometimes it would be like super awesome, and other times it would be almost nothing, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
there's got to be a better way than this. And
Right.
so I will say, my time in Snarky Puppy, I think I picked up stuff along the way with how that was run, how bringing people in and just focusing on making the music the best that it could be. So I think that is kind of one of the main. And again, we'll get on all this later. But short story long again. Uh, the first time, I'll just say the first time that I did it, really, for real on my own, was a great guitar player in New York named Osnoy. Uh, this was, I don't know, 17 years ago, 16 years ago. And uh, we were talking online, and then he'd be like, man, we were like, oh, man, it'd be so cool to play with you. I love your music, and blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, man, I'd love to come down there and do some stuff, and blah, 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 blah. So my wheels were turning. You know, at the time, it's like, I didn't have any money or whatever. I was just, I could pay my bills, but, you know, not like I was like saving a ton or whatever. And so I contacted, you know, my friend at UNT, and I was like, hey, you guys want to get Osnoy to come do a clinic? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then they brought Osnoy in, and I was like, hey, while he's in town, would you mind if I booked a gig? And then we booked a gig. We sold out the place, and everything went awesome. And everybody, you know, everybody made money, and it was like, dude, oh my gosh. I mean, how is that different than like, you know, the housing industry? You know, for people that make the sale, some people invest in the sale, and other people do the legwork to make the sale. So there's a lot there. So it's like, well, maybe we could take little tidbits of that and then put it into this, because this is our passion. And because it's our passion, we can put more drive behind it. It's not, I mean, well, I know about real estate investing and stuff, but I can't, it feels good to win at things, but it's not nearly as gratifying as like playing an awesome concert and then having people really enjoy the music. I mean, so I kind of feel like that's a superpower that we have also.
Yeah.
So if we combine those things together, then I think it's very possible for,
Yeah.
you know, everybody to find their own lane. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's what.
that's very true. I mean, because I've done real estate, you know, bought a couple of houses, sold them, you know, dealt with all of the that you get from being a landlord. People calling you at 10 o'clock at night wanting you to come and turn a knob off, you know, turn the water off, toilet stopped up. You know, I went through that a short period. And then, you know, I tried some other investments and stuff like that. But it's true. It's like it's not the same. If you don't have a passion for that, then you don't really need to be doing it. It's one of those things you get excited about the idea, and then we actually get into it. It's like, man, this is not me. And so I had to refocus myself and get back focused on my music. And like I told you at the time, because I had to go. Actually, we're headed back to Oklahoma because we connected with our mouthpiece manufacturer there in Edmond, and we reached out. I reached out to you, and you say, "Hey, I'm playing at the Flycatcher," and then I was doing something also with Oklahoma Christian University. So all of these alignments was like God ordained. And this was at a time, I told you the timing was great because our conversation and your experience and what you're doing right now was basically, it was like, okay, now it's time for you to go ahead and take it all the way. And, but everything is just connecting from the standpoint of, I need to take, I was distracted, you know, crypto, real estate, you know, dibbling and dabbling to teach, doing YouTube, doing my own membership site. But what you're going to share with us on the call on Thursday night is going to be highly valuable for every musician. And our conversation was just confirmation. And so I promise you, since this year, everything has been elevating financially because I've gotten back focused on the thing that I'm passionate about. You know, having a mouthpiece, and promoting that, and looking into, you know, doing the mentorship program, everything that I believe and I'm passionate about that I can do as a lifestyle anyway, it just makes more sense. And so just having you and connecting and our conversations and everything, it's just like Boom. This is this is where we need to be in this season. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, man. I think a big problem that I see with people is they want to take old solutions to solve new problems, and
Yeah,
I think that the world is rapidly changing and evolving right now, like insane. For I
yeah,
mean, and you could argue for better or worse, but the thing is, like, it just doesn't matter. You are in control of your own life, and then
yeah,
you have to do the things that you're truly passionate about, and honestly, like uh, you know, I mean, I used to be the kinds like I hustled every gig that I could, and all that because I'm like, well, I need to pay rent, I need to do all that, and everybody's everybody has that to a certain degree, um, but when I started chasing quality and not
come on.
quantity,
Yes,
that's when things started real. Like I just said, okay, you know what? Like I'm gonna focus on stuff that like is specialized to me, and it's a problem that needs to be solved for many people, and like as musicians, as people, we have our own identities. That's like our biggest asset, you know.
yes, that's
And if
good.
we and if we focus on that and then we build upon that and be the best that we can be in our realm and just stay in our own lane. I mean, there's no traffic in your own lane,
Come
you
on
know.
now.
So
That's awesome. And
anyway,
that's awesome, bro. So, but yeah, so it's gonna be really good. I'm excited, and for those people who want to check it out, the link is in the description of this video. And I promise you, if you are a musician and you're struggling with earning the income that you want to earn, and you don't have clear understanding on how you can make this a career or really take it to that next level, like what we're hinting at, you want to be on this Zoom. It's going to be really good. Just in our, like I say, in the last month, just talking to Steve, it has caused a lot of things to shift, and that's what we need. We need people who have gone through the same struggles that we have, that have the skill level, and they've been able to put the pieces together to craft a path that's unique and authentic and has quality. Like all of those things is just beautiful for you to be able to do what you do, and I'm excited to be able to have you on this workshop that we're going to do. So I appreciate you for taking the time out to want to do this.
oh man, it's my. You know what? Here's the thing. Here's what I want. I mean, I want everyone to succeed, and and everyone has the capacity to succeed. So if I can play a small little part to share my experience to help somebody like get on their own path, man, I'm gonna do it instantly. So and if we all do that for each other, then no one's in control of us.
There you go, community, and that's why I've been encouraging people to be a part of the sound musician community, and I've been interviewing people and kind of talking through, and but that's what it's about. And I talk about two different components. It requires mentorship and community, and those two legs right there, if you stand on that, it can push you forward, and you know you'll be going ahead of the minority or the majority. I'm sorry, and but those two components are very key for a person's success. You know? So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, but a lot of assembly required. That's why you
Yes,
that's why you gotta love it. That's why you gotta love it. I
Yes.
mean, whatever it
Yes.
is you do in life, it's. I mean, there's the good hard and the bad hard. It's like are you gonna like struggle to make something good happen, and so you're chasing your own tail, and then suddenly you're kind of in a downward spiral. That's the bad, but that's the bad hard. The good hard is you see the vision, you have like that thing for you, and it's just a lot of just sludging through and all that, and just pushing yourself forward to make it happen. Like, I mean, that's better. You got to choose one in life, anyways. Like, there's
Yes.
no getting around it. So you might as well choose the good hard.
And you said it when we were talking a couple weeks ago. It's like, you said I'm not the most talented in the world or whatever, but it doesn't matter because I love what I do. You know, and,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
that's what it's about.
well, I mean, I like the thing is, I've known many super crazy talented people in my life, but they didn't love it doing it as much as I love doing it. And
Come
so
on,
so it's like maybe they're at a certain level sooner in life than I was, but
yeah,
eventually I'm gonna keep moving just because I love it. And that's it. That's really it. It's just like showing up to gigs and learning the music, being cool to hang out with, and all that. It doesn't require talent, but yet it's such a rare commodity. And like all you got to do is just traverse around the people, and then eventually make your own lane through your experiences of moving around it, and just because you love doing it, and
there
because
you go.
and that's it. I mean, and so for me, if someone says, "Well, Steve, I don't think you're that talented," I go, "Cool, man, but I still love doing it. I'm still gonna try anyway.
Right?
I'm okay being an idiot. I'm okay like
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers. I'm okay, like, sucking at stuff. Like, I mean, I'm like, do you think that's the hardest thing I deal with in a day? I
Right.
mean,
Right.
so it's like, but rest assured, whatever my focus is on, however long it takes, I'll keep at it until I get it.
But the thing about you, Steve, it's like and this is just true of person applying principles, man. Like initially starting out, and I've seen others, musicians that aren't as good. And for the ones that have natural ability, you know, you might clown the one, oh look, he can't play, blah blah blah. But you just wait. And like over time, they get better and better and better, and they find their niche, and they end up passing all of the ones who had the natural ability, and they got so much other stuff going on. I've seen it. I mean, a lot of examples are right there on YouTube, and we're talking about entrepreneurship and opportunity. A lot of them create those channels, and they become really good, and they affecting the whole world because they just love it. It's not about you know clowning people about their ability. I mean, if you love something, you can't take that away from you know.
Man, I saw this video, Kobe Bryant interview.
Yep,
Um, he said that he went a whole summer when he was like 11 or 12 years old, and he only made one shot the entire summer. And then
I
someone,
remember that.
yeah, they said, "Well, why is that?" And he goes, well, because I
He's
sucked."
back. He sucked.
and
Yeah, I
and he
remember
goes,
that.
"Yeah," but he's like, "But man, I worked super hard, and then within 2 years, I was killing everybody." It's like,
Yeah,
I mean, there's no mystery here. It's just not easy to do.
I mean, it happens to us. You reminded me of stories. I remember when I was in high school, I thought I was something, and I won first place. Well, no, I not won, but I was first place tenor in the all state band. So I went to San Antonio, and I heard Walter Smith, and Walter, his dad played tenor, and he had been playing since he was 4, and his ability was just far like beyond me. But I thought I was something. And then I went to another competition. I heard Keon Harold and some other ones, And these guys were really playing tunes, really playing changes. I, and I wasn't in depth, have that much depth as them. And then there was another one there, Theljan Allen from Baltimore. We called him Little Roy. He sounded good, but he didn't have it together like less some time. Maurice Brown was there as well, so we messed with Maurice too because he was Miles Davis, but he didn't have it together. So we used to vibe the folk that didn't have it together. But long story short, you look at everybody now, and everybody's giants. Everybody's killing and doing their thing, but it's all about the passion and the love, where you just give it some time, and you're gonna transform into uh, who you were called to be, or you know what I'm saying, or who you were passionate to become. And
Yeah.
I think that's the whole key, what we're about in doing it ourselves, but also helping others to to do that through what we're doing.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get into this more on Thursday, but one thing I also want to say is that, like guys like you, and then you're talking about Walter Smith and all that. I mean, it's not like a lot of people view that as defeat. They
Yeah.
view that as like, oh man, I'm done. But it's like, dude, you have your own voice. And the amount of
Yes.
people
Yes.
that can build up to that level and keep doing it is so small, so few. I mean, I would say less than 1%, because most people say, "Well, I'll never be that good," and then they give up. It's like that's where the whole thing about love comes in, like so. That's one thing to keep in mind is like all you got to do is just love what you do,
Yeah.
and then have a vision. If you don't have a vision yet, like make that the purpose first. Like make it like, hey, I'm going to do research. I'm going to find what I want to do. I'm going to find the things that are good for me, and then
Right.
slowly put those things together, and then lo and behold, your own version of or your own best version.
Come on,
You're the
man.
best version of yourself. Yeah. So anyway,
There you
it's.
go.
I mean, I learned all that, man.
Excellent.
All that stuff I learned absolutely the hardest way possible. So,
Right.
and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it. Oh
Get it
my
out.
gosh,
You mastered it. Yeah.
man! If
Well,
you
I'm thankful for you, man. I'm glad. Well,
oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say, man. Like if you could take like as many punches as the world can give you and still have a smile on your face, nothing will ever stop you from doing whatever you want to do.
come on now. That's good. That's good. Well, we're
Well,
gonna stop. We're gonna put a pin there
yeah,
because
let's do it. Let's do it.
I know you know how we can do. We can go. We can go. So, but yeah, I'm excited. So everybody who wants to check it out, if you're a member already, part of the mentorship program, or if you're part of the Texas Center Academy, this is included for you. If you're not and you're interested, you can definitely go to letsgetsound.com or just click in the link that's in the description. But that's it for now. And thank you for talking with us here, Brother Steve. And we will see you on the call.
Yeah, see you Thursday, man.
Okay, then. Appreciate
See ya. Bye.
you. Bye.